So the question I'm asking is, sometimes instead of fighting this other person you came to meet in a thing, can't you up your game and make sure that there's no other room left for this person to play? Crazy, you are laughing. So what do you think? Because I think sometimes the insecurity of, you get into a relationship and you yourself, you are already insecure. So anybody who comes around, everybody who comes to smile, and you are in trouble. Down, and there's something that I find in relationship. I'm in a relationship with Effie. Effie values this relationship. It's everything to her. It's her world. Now, Effie, we go out and I'm nice to Tina. And Effie is not comfortable with that. And therefore begins to now give me headache, give me stress, so much so that now our relationship is under pressure. Do you understand me now? What you are doing is that the thing that means a lot to you, you're undermining it by somebody who may never be in your position. If you walked away now, Tina may not take your position. And yet you allowed her to kill your relationship. I think sometimes there's patience. Let me tell you another story. This is another friend of mine who has been married. He married before me. I've been married for 36 years, so he's been married for more than that. He said, "Uncle, well, I woke up one day and discovered that I had 2 women in my life, and I didn't know who to choose from. I didn't know which of them to choose." So I asked, "What did you do?" I said, "Well, one day, they both came to my house at the same time. And so I decided that whoever stays, I'll marry her." Wow. So he said they came and were sitting, and of course, each of them had many unasked questions, like, who is this, and things like that. But he was pretending to go around as if business as usual, being nice to them, and each of them, for the sake of the other, trying to play the game. And then he said, within 15 minutes, one of them said, "I'm going." And in a very cold, "I'm going." And so when he said the other one was there, cool. So as soon as the person went, I knew, this is the one I'll marry. I give her the mic. I could talk.
I know, Uncle, I know, patience. But you have 2 women in your life, and then you say that if the one who stays is the one you pick. I don't think it's still fair. It's not fair.
No, life is not fair.
Oh.
Life is not fair. Marriage is not fair, didn't you know? Because for every girl we marry, think of how many girls we are not marrying. Yeah, for every man we marry, think of how many men we are not marrying. So,
Uncle, are they still married?
They are. Oh, they are. One of the most successful marriages I know. No, they are. And again, that's why I began by saying a decent person, because he genuinely wasn't playing them. For some reason, he had woken up to realize that I have 2 girls that, it began with each of them with no intention of going, just being nice. Then somehow these 2 have evolved into a point now where I can't just say these are casual friends. I would need to get married, and I know I wouldn't mind being married to either. Now, how do I choose? I don't know how to choose. So I said, I'll decide to let their level of confidence choose. And one person felt too shaken by this other person that walked away. Sometimes you need to learn to deal with what I call things in a relationship that cannot be defined properly if you want to win. Let me tell you another story and then we would end. You've read the story of how Queen of Sheba made a journey to Solomon and managed to, as it were, win the attention and affection of Solomon. What we haven't read is what I'm going to tell you. The queen began off by hearing the stories of the guy's wisdom and wealth and decided, this is a man I want to meet. She has power. She can have whatever she wants. So she sails to meet him. And then she gets there and realizes that the man was surrounded by women. You know, don't forget that Solomon had officially had 1,000 women. No, officially. 300 wives. And then 700 undefinables. No. So she gets there and realizes that, whoa, okay. And decides, I want the man. And this is what she says she did. She said, I realized that to get him and to let him pay fullest attention to me, whenever he's with me, I will let him have his most happiest memories when he's with me. I may not always have him, but if I'm supposed to have him for even 10 minutes, for 30 minutes, I would make sure that he remembers that, you know, today I've been so happy. Why was I happy? That 15 minutes I spent with Akosia. If he comes back again the next day, whatever time he gives me, I'm going to make him so happy that when he walks away, he will still be remembering the happy time that I gave him. And so with time, the man didn't want to spend time with any other woman, because no other woman made him feel as happy as she did, and she was determined to do it. Unfortunately, for many of us, we don't celebrate the fact that I have you at this moment. So the moment I am with you, now is the time I'm going to tell you why I wasn't happy with you yesterday. But you see, I have come. You are making me stressed. You are making me stressed because I drove through traffic to get to you. And then why didn't you call? Why didn't you call? Why didn't you call? So you call you didn't call me. Then look, Tina, I've come for us to go. Me ready. I'm not ready. If you want to go, go. Why are you rushing me like that? Why are you rushing me like that? What you are doing is that you are making yourself unattractive to me. Every time you nag, every time you complain, every time you take a punch at me, you are inflicting pain. So the next time I wake up and I'm having to come to you, I'm hesitant. Because my memory of you is not fun. But it pays to say that, you know what, I have issues with the boy. But he's here. The issues are not important. Because trust me, one of the cases I handled, the guy goes to see this girl at Bowie. And the girl is cold and gives him attitude. Why? Because she had seen a text on the guy's phone earlier. So, drives the guy away. Won't give the guy the light of day. The guy takes off. He's so bothered and hurt by what had happened that he gets to Kaneshi, the runabout, and does not realize he had gotten to the runabout and is still driving straight. Here's the runabout because he was traveling at a good speed from the Kaneshi market, like that. The car somersaults, he dies on the spot. When the girl got to know about it, she started crying. So I said, why are you crying? So I wish he was here because I want to tell him I love you. I said, then why didn't you tell him? And I have always been guided by that the person I'm spending the moment with, if this was that person's last time on earth, is there something I would have wished to tell the person that I'm not saying? I'd rather say the things I want you to remember. I'd rather say the things that will make you walk away from me happy and joyful. As for issues, the issues will come and go. They will come and go. But if you want to make the issues central to your relationship too, they will be. But let it go. Yeah. Any moment as I have with you, I'm going to make you so excited. So excited. There will be no issues. We are not going to talk about the gas you didn't refill. We're not going to talk about there will be time to talk about it. Gas, and they say, there's no gas, fine. You want food to eat. Anyway, gas, no. Gas, no. And then you never know tea. Oh, by the way, how was your day? Every time. And I'm sitting there, please don't hurt me again. Don't hurt me, you are hurting me. Because we don't realize that words inflict pain. But words can also give comfort. And in your relationship, always let your words build. So that when I walk away from you, I can remember a joke, I can remember a happy time, and you see me smiling, but I am not smiling from what is happening, I'm smiling from what happened. That's a challenge, Yes. That's a challenge. Stop fighting, and especially third parties, don't make third parties current in your relationship. No. Why don't you get them out? Don't push them out. Find a way of letting them go out. One of my cousins fell in love, a big man in Ghana fell in love with one of my cousins, and was very, very excited about her. Very, very excited about her. And then the news got to his wife. One day, she was in the office when she was told she has a guest. And it was this lady. She knew the lady. The lady didn't know her. The lady had heard about her. So as soon as she walks into the reception and sees the woman, she startles. And the woman said, Betrance, come and sit down. I said, are you so and so? Yeah. Oh, okay. I am the wife of so and so. I know. And so don't deny, I know how close you are. My husband and I will talk about everything. I've come to tell you my husband loves you to death. So, I'm coming here on his behalf to beg you to agree to marry him and join me in this relationship. Yes, that I've come here. Is that my husband doesn't know I am here. I haven't discussed this with him. But I know he loves you so much, he would want you for a wife. So come and join me. I agree. Let him go and see your people and marry you and come and join me. And then he said, from now on when you come into the house, don't hide. Don't wait for me to travel. Come. And then she takes a leave. That evening, the big man comes to my cousin. And my cousin says, go to your wife. He said, go home to your wife. He said, oh, why? He said, you are married to a fantastic woman. I don't measure up. I've met your woman. I've met your wife. And I can tell you, I am not half the woman she is. You have a good woman, go to her. And that ended the relationship. Because she played, you think that she wanted a second arrival. But there are ways of edging this person out. You know, if they don't understand their place that Akosia now is in a relationship and I should take a back seat, you, the one who is coming to Akosia's life, there's a way of sweeping him away. You know? There's a way. Instead of, okay, choose between us. No, don't make people to choose. Because you may lose. You know? One line in one of the plays that we are showing, I think is Dora Why, is that there's an alcoholic woman, and the daughter says, Ma, I thought you had given up drinking. Say, yeah. I read about the evils of drinking. And so I gave up reading. Yeah, I read about the evils of drinking, and so I gave up reading. So sometimes, when the other party may never become what you mean to this person, take your time. Allow your relationship to evolve and grow. Give it a bit of time. But whenever he's with you, this other party, don't let the person come in. One of the biggest sports personalities in Ghana is a bit of a player. You know, like a lot of sports personalities. And people will go to his wife and they will tell the wife that, oh, we met your husband with somebody in the car, and says, no. Let him, once he's out of the house, let him have fun. He can't bring any of those girls into this house. And now he tells everybody, you can't speak against my wife. He said, my wife is an extraordinary woman. You can't, nobody will take the place of my wife. Hey, patience, so it's not easy, but there's a better way. That's what I'm saying. There's a better way than say, choose between me and her, choose between me and her, choose between me and her. Who called you? Who called you? Who called? It doesn't matter who called me. You are here. I'll finish with the call. I'll finish with the call. Don't give me attitude. Otherwise, now you make me wish I had continued with the call. You know?
Yes, that is true.
So she called you. She called you. Now you get to the point where now when my phone rings and you are around, now me mashing. You know how do you say me mashing in English? Because even though the conversation will be harmless, I know you make a case of it. I know I'm in trouble for a sin, for a crime I haven't committed. So gradually, I'll get to the point where I've decided, you know something, to be punished for something I haven't done, or let me be punished for what I'm doing. So life, all I'm saying is that life is not always a matter of black and white. Sometimes being confident and knowing who you are helps, so that the competitors and the rivals will go away. If somebody has to walk out, let the other person do. For me, I'm going to make sure you are there. Now, when I got on the scene, there were 3 boys. I put them out. Yeah! I didn't have to refer to any of them. They were out. Thank you for staying with us. We'll see you.